Hi guys, welcome to the day 6 of learning Unreal Engine. I hope you guys are enjoying this series so far and you have completed till day 5. Now in day 6 we are going to continue with our camera learning. I am going to teach you what is camera in Unreal Engine, how you can use the camera for cinematic shots, how you change the aperture, how you can use depth of field. So all that stuff I'm going to cover in this day 6. I'm going to expand this series further because I'm getting a really good response on this series. So I'm going to continue this series as much as I can. Okay, so just stay tuned for this. Now, today we are going to look at this scene. This scene is basically provided by Quixel itself. So if you go to Fab Marketplace, you will find these assets here. It's basically a scene that Quixel has created. It's named Dark Ruins Megascan Sample, and you just need to add it to your library. Once you add it to your library, you can just go to your library in Epic Games and just search here for Ruins and just create a project out of it. Okay, and just open this and open the scene here. So I have done that. You can also use your own scene that you have created in the day 5 for the camera. You can use that as well, but I'm going to show you multiple cameras here. So I'm going to use this scene particularly, and lots of you were asking where the water has came in day 5. So this is the water that I am using here. So it's really easy to export it. Just select the water here. You can see here is our material. So I'm going to go to browse here, and here is our material. So just right click here. Okay, this is the puddle that I have exported. Right click. Okay, and just go to asset actions and migrate it to your location. So maybe you have created the folder. So just go to your folder and go to the content directory of that. So in our case, here is our, let's say, this folder. Go to content, and here just select the folder, and you can see it's asking it's already there. Okay, because I already created the water material there, so I am going to cancel. But this is how you can easily add the water material from this scene to your own scene, and same goes for assets and all that stuff. So now let's start with the camera here. So I'm going to create lots of cameras like 4 to 5, and I'm going to show you how camera works and how you can get this cinematic look and feel. Okay, and if I go here, you can see already there are lots of camera. There is a 12 mm beach camera here. Okay, and if I go here, you can see we have this beach camera here as well. If I go here, you can see this is Cine Camera Actor. Okay, Cinema Camera Actor. You can see it's dark here because maybe something was there, something is not there. Okay, you can see here is another view. So let's just go outside here. I'm going to go outside, and I'm going to go upwards here. I'm going to find the scene that I am looking for, and maybe it's that side of the level. Okay, so yeah, here it is. Okay, so let's start with this scene. This scene where we can see the, what we say, the ruins here. Okay, so let's start with our camera. First camera, I am going to go to my camera here. Okay, let's just go to create, go to your cinematic, and just drag and drop Cinema Camera Actor. As soon as I do it, you can see we have this here. If I press the G key, you can see all the game assets here, and if I press the F key, you can see our camera is here basically. Okay, so let's just move it here, and let's just view it from our perspective to camera. So I'm going to go to here, and I am going to find my Cinema Camera Actor 4, which is written here. You can see our Cinema Camera Actor 4 is here. So now you can see, we can see this. I'm going to turn off the grid as well. So let's just go to show, and let's just turn off the grid here. Okay, so I have done that. Now let's just focus on the scene. But right now you can see the textures are getting blurry here because I'm getting a texture streaming pool error. So just press the Tiddle key. Okay, and you will be in the console command and type here r.texture streaming and take this to 0. So now within a second you will see this will get really good. Okay, it will take some time, but now you can see, we can see the texture properly. Now here you can see there are lots of properties, so we need to first see this, and then you need to adjust your camera according to that. Okay, but I am going for this scene here. You can see this is looking nice, so I'm going to move backward and forward. You know how to do it. Okay, you can reduce the camera speed as well here, from here, or by holding the right click and scroll in and scroll out. I have taught you that as well. Okay, I'm going to find a really good angle, a low angle here. Okay, something like this. You can see this is looking really good. Okay, Now you need to understand how camera works in real life in order to use the camera which is available in Cine Camera Actor. Okay, so let's just start from the starting point here. So the first thing that you will notice is the film bag. Now if I click here, you will find there are lots of options here, like 35mm lens is there, like a full aperture lens is there. Then we have the IMAX lens as well. Then we have the DSLR as well. So there are lots of lenses which are available here, film bag. Okay, and each works differently. So if I switch it to DSLR, let's say, you can see we are getting that zoom out view. And if I switch this to film here, digital film or film, you can see we are getting that zoom in view, because the DSLR camera and your cinema camera both are different in real world as well. Now how you can replicate the real world camera in Unreal Engine? So there is a way for that, and there is a website that I use basically. Okay, this is the VFX camera database. So let me just refresh this for you guys, and you can see there are lots of cameras here which are used in the cinema industry. Okay, and you can see there are action cameras as well, there are drone cameras as well, and there are DSLR cameras as well. So the first is all about industry, film industry, cinema and television cameras. Then you have the category of action cameras here. Then you have the drone categories. Then you have the DSLR cameras, and then you have the miscellaneous cameras as well. Now let's say you want to work for a cinema and you want to go for a cinematic look and feel. Then there are two cameras for that. First one is the RE Alexa camera, and the second one is Blackmagic camera. Okay, so if I click on RE Alexa Studio here, you can see this is the camera that is going to replicate our aperture and all that stuff. So if I scroll downwards here, you can see our sensor dimension is 23.76 into 17.82 mm, and our image resolution is 2800 by 2160. Okay, so we need to change this in our Cine Camera Actor in order to get this thing. Okay, so if I go backwards again, and if I click on RE Alexa, you can see this is the camera, and this is the cinematic resolution 2880 into 1620. So let's just go for this here. So I'm going to copy this, which is our width, and I'm going to go to Unreal Engine again, and let's just open this here, and here you will find sensor width and sensor height. So now as soon as I change this, this is going to go to custom here. So let me just paste it here, and you can see it's changed to custom, and the sensor height is 13.37 mm. Okay, so just copy this and paste it here as well. Okay, so now you can see somewhat our height is changed here. So you are getting this cinematic look. Now let's say you want to go it more in the height, you can do that as well. So as soon as I do this here, you can see we are getting more cinematic look here. Okay, but this is now not a RE Studio camera or RE Alexa camera. Okay, so now you are into some other camera which is maybe available, which is maybe not, because it's not necessary that you have the sensor height of 10.25. Okay, so you need to replicate the camera that you want from this VFX Cam DB, and it will perfectly align with the camera that you have shoot. So let's say, let me show you Blackmagic. Okay, so let's just go for 4K. Here you can see this camera, and here you can find now the sensor dimensions and height and width both are different. So let me just put this here. Okay, and let's just do 11.88. So this is going to give me some really good result. Okay, now you can see this is more like a cinema camera, and this is looking nice. Now let's just move downwards. So we are going to work with this, which is our Blackmagic Ursa, and we are going to go for 4K resolution to render the sequence as well. In the next session, I'm going to teach you camera animation sequencer, and then we are going to move to render settings and all that stuff. Okay, but make sure that you use this image resolution only in order to get that perfect Blackmagic Ursa 4K resolution. Okay, so let's just go here. Now the second thing that comes after the sensor width and sensor height, basically film back, is your lens. Okay, so let's just see here. Right now you can see crop setting is no crop. If you want a more cinematic look, you can go for 2.39 here, and you will get that cinematic look and feel you can see here. Okay, but in our case, we are going to go for the real world camera value. So I'm going to do no crop here. Now let's just play with our focal length. Now what is focal length? So there are three types of lens basically according to my knowledge. If I am wrong, please correct me. There are three lenses: wide angle lens, there is a prime lens, and there is a zoom lens. Okay, wide angle lens basically, let me show you so you will get the idea what is wide angle lens. Okay, so I have opened this image here. You can see it's 18 mm. You can see this the same image, but due to your what we said different lenses, you get the different result here. So let's say this is a 18 mm lens which we are getting a wide view. Then there is a 24 to a 55 mm which is our what we say a photography lens. Then after 80 you will get a zoom lens which goes from 85 to 300. So there are three lenses: wide lens, prime lens, which is our what we say photography lens. Okay, not photography lens, basically prime lens, normal lens, and then there is a zoom lens. Okay, so both the three lenses goes differently here. So if I show you one more example here, you can see there are lots of examples. So this works with your photography as well, real world photography. So you can see it here. This is a really good example actually. So you can see in 18 mm, you can clearly see there is no depth of field. Then in 24, there is some depth of field. In 35, there is some more depth of field. And when you go to 135 and 200, you can see some really good depth of field. So in order to get some really good depth of field, you need to have a high focal length like 100, 200, 250, 300. And you will get that result, but you need to zoom it in order to get that result. Okay. So here is another example. You can see this is 18 mm lens and this is 200. So both in both the poses are same. They are not different, but due to lens distortion, you are getting this result. Okay. So let's just go back here. I want to go for a normal lens. So here it is 35 written. Okay. If you want to go for wide, I can do like 22. And now you can see we are getting this wide lens look. Okay. Let's just go for this wide angle lens, and as soon as you go downwards, you can see I am getting that cinematic look and feel, and this ruins now feel huge because I'm taking a low angle. Okay, so there are lots of theories about angles, shots, and all that stuff. If you are interested in that theory portion, let me know. I can explain it to you guys. What is camera angles, what is shot types, how shot types works with each and every scene in order to get that cinematic look and feel. So this is done. And aperture we are going to see in some times when we get to our some zoom angle lenses. Okay, for depth of field we are going to use this aperture here. Okay, so this is nice. My first angle is now loaded. So let's just name this to our camera. Okay, so let me just go outwards here. Sorry, I missed my camera here. So let me just go to my camera again. I double clicked it here, so it just got misplaced. So let me just go backwards again. Okay, something like this. Yeah, this is looking nice. I'm going to move it somewhere over here. So just define your camera and press F2 here. Let's just name it to scene 1. Okay, it is done. Let's just save this out. So our cameras are now going to go here, which is going to be scene 1, scene 2, scene 3, and scene 4. We are going to create 4 cameras. Let's just create a folder with this and let's just name it to camera. Okay, so we can work with our cameras here. And let's just collapse all of this. Okay, here is our cameras. So great. Now let's just go to second camera. So we need to go out of this camera, and if you don't want your camera to move, you have locked this position. What you can do, you can right click here, just go to transform and lock actor movement. So now the camera will not move whatever I do. Okay, so let's just go to second angle. Let's just find a really good angle here. Okay, something like this where we can see the water as well. So let's just focus on this object. We can use this object as well, or you can use the zoom lens. So let me just show you the zoom lens first. So let's say we like this angle, but I want to create a camera from this angle. So it's really easy. Just click here. Again, go to create camera and just click on Cine Camera Actor. And you will find that from that angle, your camera is created. So let's just rename this quickly here. Okay, just don't double click. Okay, just press F2 key and name it to scene 2. Okay, and now you can move it to our cameras folder. So this is done, and we can go upwards, and I'm going to just type here scene, so I can see my cameras here. Okay, great. Now let's just go to that camera. So let's just go to here, and here you will find we have this scene 2. Now I want this to be a zoom camera, okay, a zoom lens, and it is going to focus here. Or else what you can do, you can go like this. So let's just do something like this here, and I'm going to go backwards here. So you can totally play with your angles here. You can see this is looking really good here. Okay, but I want a zoom lens here. So I'm going to I'm going to change some parameters here. So I need to make sure that my sensor width and height is same as this. So I'm just going to copy it here and paste it here. Okay. So this is perfect now. I'm going to go upwards here. This is looking really good, but I want it to be a zoom lens. So I'm going to, let's say, maybe let's just go for primary lens. So let's just go for 55, and now you can see. So you can see, you can feel that we are getting that cinematic look. I'm going to find the angle by reducing the camera speed, and you can see the result here as well. Okay, just find a good angle. If you want a neutral angle, you can straight the camera. If you want the angle something like this, you can do that as well. Okay, so you can see we can find this is huge here. Okay, so let's just maybe do something like this, and I'm going to play with my camera here. Yeah, I'm liking this angle a lot. Okay, yeah, so we can get some depth of field here as well. You can see this is looking nice, but you need to work with the composition as well. So I'm going to turn this on to our, let's say, grid 3x3. Okay, and as soon as I do it, you can see this is our composition, and we can use the golden ratio here. Okay, so let's just do something like this. Okay, yeah, so maybe I'm not good at that composition level, but I'm trying to use that to my advantage. So I'm going to move it here. You can now see our focus is here. Okay, yeah, this is much better. And let's just turn this off now, disabled, and you can see this is our second angle. So this is looking nice. Now let me show you this aperture here, how this works. So if I take this to, let's say, 10, you can see now we are not getting the depth of field here. So just make sure that you have your eyes here. Okay, so if I do 10, you can see, and if I do 1.2, which I go maximum, you can see we are getting that depth of field here. Okay, but how this is decided, how Unreal Engine decides that what depth of field you should use. Okay, so in order to do that, you need to go to focus settings, and here you will find the focus method. And if I turn on the draw debug focus plane, okay, and if I click here, okay, by picking, you can see there is a plane here. Okay, if I turn it on and off, you can see here is our plane. Okay, this defines how much your focus will be. So let's say I want to focus only till here. So if I turn this off, now you can see we are getting this depth of field here. But let's say I want to focus here, okay, on this door. So now you can see our focus is here. So let's just do maybe 1.6. Okay, not that much depth of field. Yeah, this is nice. Now this angle is ready. Now let's just move to another angle. So I'm just going to duplicate this camera by pressing the Ctrl D, and you can see it's written scene 3 now, and I have moved it to a wrong folder. So let me just move it here. Okay, now I'm going to change my camera here as well to scene 3, and let's just go inside now. Okay, I'm going to increase my camera speed. Now you know how you can increase or decrease your camera speed. I'm going upwards here to find that location. Okay, here is my location. So I'm going to do a top down angle here for my camera, and you can see the result here as well. Okay, just reduce or increase the camera or decrease the camera speed depending on to your need. And now you can see we are getting this top angle. So you can work with two views as well in order to get this angle. Okay, so what you can do, you can go here, you can change your layout to, let's say, two panes here. I have already done it. So here you can see two panes are there, and what I prefer this to be our perspective, and I change this to my camera. So let's just click here. placed camera, and let's just go to scene 3. And now you can see here is the scene. I press the G key, and here I will find my camera as well. So here is my camera. I press the F key, the G key. Here you can see my camera is here. So now I can move my camera. Okay, so now if I move, you can see. So this we are going to use for the animation as well. Okay, you can see this is looking really good. I can move it downwards or upwards. So I can do something like this here, which I'm getting a top angle. I can do a revealing shot as well. So let's just plan our shot as well. Okay. So you can do something like this, like the camera is going here. Okay. You can see this is looking good. And if you want, you can move it downwards as well. Not that much. Something like this. Okay. And you can move it like this as well. So you can see the result here. See. Great. So I'm liking this angle, and I'm going to go somewhere over here. Okay. I'm going to find a really good angle, a top angle. I'm liking this chairs here. Okay. And you can go inside this as well. Like this. Okay. I'm going to move with the camera here somewhere. Yeah. This is a really good angle. See. So you need to play with the angles, guys, in order to get the result that you want. Okay. You can start from here as well. Like this camera animation you can do. Okay. And if you want a wide angle lens, what you can do, you can play with your focal length. So if I do, let's say 18, I'm going to get a really wide angle. So let's just do that. So now you can see the result. Okay, this is looking really good. Yeah, this does feel nice. And we can see the depth as well. Okay, so let's just do this. And if you want, you can move the camera here as well. Okay, but I'm going to move it somewhere over here. So I'm again going to turn that on. Okay, my grid here. You can do that as well if you want to do. Okay, so in order to do that, you need to be in a cinematic viewport. Okay, or else you will not find that. So let's just do scene 3. And now you can see we can turn this on. And again, I'm going to work here. So I want this to be here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to select my scene, press the F key here. Okay. And then I'm going to adjust this. Yeah, this is nice. Okay, done. So we have created 3 cameras. Let's just create a last camera, which is going to be a zoom in view. Okay. So I'm going to duplicate this camera again to scene 4. I'm going to go to this scene 4 here. Okay. And now I'm going to zoom in here. I'm going to disable this grid. Okay, so this is a reverse camera. So just bear with me. Okay, guys. So let me just do a one pane view, and let's just do here. Yeah. So let's say if I am here somewhere over, maybe downwards, where that gate is. I'm going to find a really good angle here. Yeah, you can see this. Yeah, this is also a really good angle that I am liking here. You can see we can get this angle here as well. So let's just create this angle. I'm really liking this angle, guys. So let's just create this angle here. I'm going to go for a wide angle. No, maybe prime angle. So let's just do maybe 34. Yeah. So now you can feel the scene here. You can see how this is looking. So we can do something like this. This does feels nice, and I'm going to focus my camera over maybe here. Okay. And what I can do, I can draw the debug focus plane, and now you can see what focus we want actually. Okay. So let's just do here, around here. So yeah, this is nice. We are getting the depth of field here. So if you want more, you can go for maybe 80. Okay, and now you can see. So if you want that depth of field, now you can see we are getting this depth of field, and now I can sample this out. So now you can see the depth of field. Okay, but I'm going to go for maybe 44 or maybe 34 was good. Yeah. And I'm going to move upwards, maybe downwards somewhat here, something like this. Yeah, this is good. Okay, you can again play with lots of settings. Let's just do a zoom lens as well quickly before ending this day. So let's just go to scene 5 and I'm going to go here. You can see this here. This, where are the candles? Yeah, here is the candle. Okay, and now I can focus here. So let me just reduce a speed to lot, something like this, and I'm going to go for a downward shot. Yeah, so I want to focus here. So you can see we are getting this a really good angle. Right now the depth of field is here, but I'm going to go for here, not 34. Let's just go for 120. So now you can see our focus is getting changed here to this candles. I want that only, but let's just go zoom out a bit. Okay, you need to adjust the angle somewhat. You can use the clipping as well if you want to, but I am not going to use it. Yeah, this is looking nice here. So I want the depth of field here. So I'm going to shift my focus here. And now you can see we are getting some beautiful depth of field. So this is the beauty of Unreal Engine. You get some real-time feedback. Now let's say I want to focus here. Okay, in the candles, around candles, I can do that as well. You can see here, but you will not get that much depth of field. If you want that, you need to play with the cameras here. So let's say if I want to see this, you can see we are getting this depth of field. So this is our hero object, something like that, if you want to see, showcase. Okay, and if I go here in the center, you can see if I move forward here, something like this. So you need to have some objects in the depth in order to get some depth of field. Okay, guys. So just play with that. You can see now this is our depth of field. This is our result, and you can take this to 1.2 as well, and you will get much more depth of field. Okay. So yeah, this is a really good stuff. Okay. So let me just go here and I can change this to this, and you can see we are getting this depth of field here, but I want it to be here. So now you can see the depth of field, the water here, which is flowing. Okay. Yeah. And I want to focus on this water. So now you can see this is a really good depth of field. Okay. So let's just save this here. We have done till this. We have created several cameras here. You can watch them out here as well. Okay. Here is our scene 1. Okay. Here, and you can do that here as well, huh, guys. So let's just do one more shot before ending. So I'm going to go to my scene 6. Now remember we locked the camera here. So we need to unlock it again by going to transform and lock. Okay, I found an object here which I want to be in the focus. Okay. So let me just find that spot. Maybe here. Okay. So let's just do a zoom lens. So quickly let's just do 140. Okay. And now you can see we are getting that depth of field here. But I'm going to find some really good object in order to get some really good depth of field here. Okay. Yeah, maybe that here, that stone which is here. Yeah, this is nice. And maybe the boat here, the boat which was here. So I'm going to go upwards to find a really good spot here which I can use for the render. Okay, I'm going to zoom it out a bit. And now let's just find a good angle. Yeah, here is the boat. So maybe something like this. And let's just increase this now to 140. Yeah. I think there are some weird shadows going on in the boat. So let's just focus on another object. Yeah, you can definitely focus here as well. because these are not looking that great, I'm going to change my focus angle. Okay, so let's just do maybe 40. I hope you are not getting bored because I'm recording it in real time, so you can get all the things that I am doing here, and you can know what errors you face when you create all this stuff here. Okay, let's just do something like this, and let's just do here 140. Yeah, this will be nice. So let's just focus here. Yep. So now you can see, yeah, this is really good. Okay, and you get that cinematic look and feel, and now you can adjust and play with the camera as well. So I'm doing that as well here to get some depth of field here as well. You can play. So yeah, I know this is going to be a good shot. Yep, and now you can see, yeah, this is looking really good. Okay, yep, and you can go downwards here as well, like a opening shot, something like this, and you can see the result. Yeah, this is fine. Okay, so we have created like 6 cameras, and now in next day 7, I'm going to show you how you can animate this cameras with the help of sequencer. So I hope you are enjoying this series, and thanks a lot to give such a lovely comments and likes and making my recording successful. I hope you are creating some things. If you create something, you can tag me on Instagram. I have shared my Insta ID in the description. You can share me your results there. Till then, practice what I have taught you guys. I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you like this video, please press that like button, share it with your friends who are new to Unreal Engine and wants to learn this engine. I will see you next time. Till then, bye, take care guys, bye bye.